This is my big sister, Stacey, and this is Sister's Social Call.
We are two sisters talking about everything that sisters talk about. Welcome to our lives. Well, hey, sis.
Hey, sis. How's it going?
Great. We want to welcome all of our listeners back to Sister's Social Call and say a special hello to all of our new listeners. We have had the best month to date of downloads. So welcome, everybody.
Woo-wee. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I'm Stacey, one half of the Mighty Sister Duo, and this is my sister, Krista. Sis, why don't you tell everybody what's happening on the show tonight?
We are very excited and we are so grateful to have a special guest on with us again. And this guest is extra special because she is family. Today we have our niece Mazzy joining us to talk about back to school. Welcome, Mazzy.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, we're so excited.
Maz, you're our second family member, only to be followed by your dad. He was our first. Quickly about Maz, she is our one and only niece. She was the firstborn to our brother Jay, and she is the one that made us aunties because she was the first. Some fun facts about Maz. Her favorite color is all the colors. She can't decide. So she loves all the colors. Her favorite food is macaroni salad, and she wants to be Bill Dickey in cosplay. And you can hear my confusion in my voice because I don't know who that is. However, she promised to tell us a little bit more about it as we chat about it in the podcast. Her mom shared the sweetest story with us this week. Apparently, Maz has hands with a lot of lines on them, which I found very interesting because, and I really can't wait to see you in a couple weeks, Maz. I want to show you my hands because I do too. But one time a palm reader said that all those lines is a sign of someone who is very artistic. And Maz is very artistic. She was one of the students in the Dunlop Art Gallery's Regina Arts Youth Network this year, and she's going into grade 10 at a new high school in a special arts program. So we thought it would be fun to do a back to school episode with her and talk about art.
Maz, we are so proud of you for being accepted into the special art program. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, I love that. As you know, I love art myself, so I think that's pretty awesome for you. So how are you feeling about changing schools in grade 10, Maz?
I'm actually very excited to change schools. I'm really happy to be part of this new school, especially because my old school wasn't really like artist friendly. Sure, there was like art class, but never had like special art programs for like artists or musicians. So that's definitely what I'm very excited for. At my old school, I was in grade 9, but now I'm going into a new school. So I guess just like knowing my way around the school is going to be a bit hard, but otherwise then I'm like super excited, honestly. Yeah.
After like 2 or 3 days, you'll be like, it's a breeze. It'll be so easy to get around. And
yeah, that's how I felt with like my old school. I know where all my classes are after day 1. This is going to be easy peasy.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. How are you preparing for the new program / school? Like, are you doing anything to get yourself geared up? Do you need to have special art supplies?
I do, actually. My mom was looking over the list. So there's actually 2 separate lists. One's for just basic school, and then the other one's just for my art program. I basically just have to get like, markers, a new sketchbook, and stuff for that. Because I'm doing visual art. I'm just preparing all my supplies, preparing my binder, just getting a bit organized before school, that's basically just it, I guess.
Do you like doing that stuff? Like, I remember when I was in school, even though I kind of dreaded going back to school, I still would always be excited to get my new school supplies and my new agenda and all that.
Yeah, totally. I love doing that. My favorite thing, honestly, like after I'm done organizing my binder and everything, I always decorate it just so that it's like more for me, I guess, and just more customizable, just makes it look more fun.
Yeah, I love that. I did the same thing. I love that.
Yeah, my binder's like right behind me. I like drew something on it yesterday.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
As do you have any tips for other kiddos changing schools?
I wouldn't consider myself like a popular kid, like one that's like up to date with everything, but I would definitely say like it's 100% to be like scared and shy because like I get that, like it's such a new school, but like also don't worry about not making friends because I can like 100% assure you if you're going into a new school, there's going to be loads and loads of people there. You're going to get friends. So definitely don't be worried about that. Um, Also, like, despite what others say, just be you at your new school. It definitely makes the school year much more fun.
I think that's great advice, Mazzy. I think in anything that you do in life, the best thing to do is to always be yourself, no matter what you're
Mhm.
doing, but especially for young kids going into school, because I know that, even speaking from my own experience, because when we were young, we switched schools in I was grade 6, Stacey was grade 7, and we switched schools. And then I switched schools again in grade 11. But I think when I was young, I just really wanted to fit in. So sometimes I did things that didn't really align with the person that I truly was, because you just want to be cool. But at the end of the day, be yourself, be a good person.
Also, like, at the end of the day, you're gonna be much more happy when you're being yourself too. That's what I've always told myself. Like, I've
Yes.
noticed, like, when I try to follow up with trends, I'm like, okay, that's cool, but it's like I was much more happy doing and being the way I am.
Oh, I love that, Mazzy. I love that. So good. I love that.
Mhm.
Maz, let's chat a bit about your art and art in general and what's inspiring you today. So I have a very big first question for you. What does art mean to you?
It's really hard to describe what art means to me. It means a lot to me, I guess. Like, I've been doing it, like, forever, I would say. Like, I've been drawing since I was just, like, little. So it means a lot to me. It's a beautiful thing to do. It's just like, because art comes in many different forms, like visual, instrumental. To me, it's such a beautiful thing, and it's such a unique thing for people to do because everyone has, like, their own thing in art. That's what it means to me, honestly.
Who is inspiring you in the art world these days?
Okay, so this is where I'm gonna kind of like show you who Bill Dickey is too, because I've been getting into comics a lot recently. Is
Hmm.
this comic artist named Evan Dorkin? Actually, he's a creator of my favorite comic series, although I think there's only two comics called the Eltingville Club. Basically, it takes place called Eltingville, and there's these four guys named Josh, uh, Levi, Bill Dickey, Pete DiNunzio, and the Jerry Stokes. It's basically like it's like it's like a club of nerds. It's a club of like heavy like fan kids. It's a club of like geeks and everything. And I just love it because it's so funny and it's just like humorous to me. It was at the comic series it was actually going to turn into like an animated series on Adult Swim, but the pilot on the show was sadly denied, which I think is sad. But if any listener wanted to go and watch it, they could just Google Eltingville Club pilot on YouTube and it's there, the whole thing. I think it's really funny. It's really good. Yeah.
I love that.
I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah, you should, sissy.
I like his art style basically. I really like how he formats his drawings. I like how he tells stories. I think Evan Dorkin is a really good artist and definitely the Eltingville Club is what got me into comics.
So is that what you're working on right now? Like is work comic art?
Yeah, comic art. Yeah.
That's cool. I was going to ask if that was something you're getting more into.
Yeah, I've been loving comics. So I've been trying to at least work on this comic of these little quote unquote monster characters I made. There's three of them. How like my this started this whole comic thing is like in the seventh grade, I was kind of just bored in class, and I drew this little like Cyclops character. And at the start, that character was meant to be me. In art, people have personas where it's like them, but it's not like them, like it's basically them, but like as like their own little character, as like however they can be, like they can look like anything. They could be like a human, a dragon, they could be whatever anyone wants. So basically that's how it started. And then soon I started creating those drawings of my friends, and they thought that was really cool. Basically, that character has been with me for once I go into 10th grade, it would be 4 years I've been working on that character, and soon I was like, "This character would be a really cool character for a comic series." So I've just been building on that character. I've been trying to make a storyline for that character for, like, a couple years now. The plot still needs to be worked out, the characters still need to be worked out, but overall, I've just been working on it for, like, a while, and I think that's really
You've
cool.
got the idea, which is awesome.
Mhm.
I know that just this past weekend, you and your mom went up to see the Banksy exhibit in Saskatoon. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
It was amazing. I
Yeah.
love the Banksy exhibit. I've seen Banksy's art before because, like, his most popular art is, like, that one spray paint of a girl with a red balloon.
Uh-huh.
But that's, like, the only art I've seen of him. But actually going to a museum and seeing all the other art he's made, what he's done, the impact that he's had on other artists and, like, just the world in general, I think it's really cool. I do have my personal favorites of his artwork. Two of them that stood out to me was, like, when he made that, like, his own little rendition of Disneyland, Dismole Land. I thought that was super cool. I wish I saw more of that. And definitely when this was like a thing he did, when one of his artwork was being auctioned off, and then once it was sold, it like self-destructed, it shredded itself, and I thought that was really cool. That was so cool. But overall, he's like, I think Banksy makes like really good art. I think that's really cool. So I had tons of fun seeing that.
Right on. I don't, because I was able to have a hangout session with your dad and your bros because you and your mom were at that. So I wanted to throw that into the mix.
And like, here's another big question, Maz. How do you
Oh, yeah.
think AI is going to help or hinder artists going into the future?
I definitely nowadays, I feel like AI should not be included in art. That is my personal opinion. Like if it wasn't so advanced and it couldn't generate images, it couldn't generate that and only like give you prompts. I would say that if it were um it could like give art tips, but nowadays I feel like because it's just so advanced and it can generate an image with just one prompt or anything, it's just I don't see the fun in that because so many people claim to make art when it's just an image being generated. The whole point of art is to have self-expression, it's to exercise your brain, exercise, like, the movements in your hands, it's to feel the emotion in that. When you have a computer making art for you, that's not, like that's not emotion. My generation, I'll admit it, like, we have a problem with, like, being glued to our screens, glued to our computers, phones. Art is meant to take you away from that, to, like, help you stop, like, just staring at a screen all day. It's meant to just, like, help your brain like exercise, grow. But when you have a computer just making all of that for you, that doesn't help the problem either. And people can say, I've talked to many people about this today, and usually people's excuses are like art isn't accessible and expensive, or they cannot draw, which fair, art can be expensive, but you don't need the latest like expensive notebooks, sketchbooks, pencils, pens, crayons, whatever to be an artist. You can literally just start off with like something from the dollar store. How art started was people like using natural materials. Like you could get art from anything. You don't need to buy the most expensive and latest stuff. Art is accessible to anyone. And especially with the people saying, oh, I can't draw. Art is subjective. Anyone can draw. Just because you're reaching for a specific art type, art form, art style doesn't mean you can't draw. My art style is unique. My friends' art styles are unique. Everyone's art styles are unique. Nobody is incapable of making art. Everyone is. And I just don't see the point in using a computer to generate that for you.
Well said. Awesome. Maz, what do you want to do with art in your future? Like, how does that look for you? What do you see for yourself, future Mazzy self with art?
I definitely want to make my own comics. I want to sell comics. I want to be a comic drawer. I want to write stories. I just want to express that all through comics because when I was younger, I want to do animation, but I've noticed that when I compared to animation, like I tried animating, I was like, okay, this is fun, but it's really hard. But making comics, it's just easier. It's more fun. I feel that I could do much more with making comics, so I definitely want to make my own. Doesn't matter how long the comics are, doesn't matter how small they are. That's what I see myself doing, definitely.
Well, Maz, I'm going to go back to the back to school conversation for a few more minutes. Most of our listeners are actually your mom's and your grandma's age. What piece of advice would you want to give like your mom, like your friends' moms or grandmas about supporting someone your age going back to school or a new school in general?
I guess be supportive, definitely make sure like if your kid's nervous, like, try to help them through that, like, and it's okay to be nervous, obviously, like I've said, but, but definitely, like, just try supporting them because it's, like, changing schools is, like, a big change, like, especially if you don't know, like, if you've never been in that school before, definitely try to just, like, as much as you can, support them through that change, try to help them as much as you can because it's definitely gonna be stressful. So, I guess I would say that if your kid's, like, changing schools, I would say definitely, like, help them and support them in any way you can.
That's good tips. Okay, our niece Mazzy is type 1 diabetic. And I asked her before we started if we could have a little chat about that because I have clients who have children that are type 1 diabetic as well. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if that poses any challenges for you, or you've just going into school and like in your day to day at school, or you're just so used to being diabetic. How do you deal with that in school?
I make sure to have stuff on me in case there's an emergency. If you have a machine so anywhere on your body that's visible like me, people ask a lot of questions about that. Like they're curious. I'm prepared for a lot of questions, and basically others should be too if they're diabetic. It's just like just a basic school day. I just have to have all my stuff with me. Gotta prepare just in case there's like an emergency of any sort.
So what stuff do you mean? What do you take with you? Like I know because you have, is it an insulin pump?
Yes, I have an insulin pump.
So you just have to take what with you? Like what do you take?
Well, usually I don't have to like change my insulin pump at school or anything. So basically, it's just like if my blood is low, I usually should just have like a juice box or something on me. Usually just that basic stuff. But I also have a Dexcom, which a Dexcom, like instead of like having to poke your finger to check your blood, it basically just does it automatically so you don't have to. And you can just like check your phone, check whatever machine you have that's connected to it to see what your blood's at. But if for some reason, if like it just stopped working, I usually have like a finger pricker on me, like I have one like at my desk, like right now. Basically, just have that on hand with you at all times, just in case like something happens. If you have a Dexcom, like that's what I do. At least I try to. There's been like lots of moments where I've forgotten it at home, and I didn't think anything was gonna happen. But that's the thing, you never know. So you always have to have something on you, basically, for stuff like that.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Maz. I appreciate that. I know that wasn't in our script, but I thought to myself on my walk today, this would be something to kind of touch base on. It's a normal part of your life. You've had it your whole life, essentially. Think you were diagnosed when you were 3 or 4,
I think so,
right?
yeah. I remember the day I was diagnosed, I remember that. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, and so anyways, it's been your whole life. It's something that you've just kind of now it just is part of your everyday goings ons. But I think it's important to talk about that because I think there actually are more and more people that are diagnosed with juvenile diabetes. So
Mhm.
it's something that we should talk about openly. But so thank you for that. And thank you for sharing all your wisdom with us about going back to school and all that good stuff. But here's the scoop, Mass. We need help understanding a few trends. This is a new segment we're going to call Help Your Aunties Understand because we are not as hip as you are. So you have Stacey is talking to me the other night about Labubus. I said to her, "What is a freaking Labubu? I don't have a clue what this is. Never heard of it, never seen it. I know nothing." So she sends me a picture and then sends me an article on like the Labubu craze. I can't even wrap my head around it. Tell us about the Labubus.
First of all, I guess, like, why Labubus are popular, I guess it's just because they're cute and scary look that they have, but I would also say it's because it comes in a thing called a blind box, so you don't know what Labubu you're getting. All of them come in different colors. Say, like, okay, you want, like, I don't know, the green one. You want the green Labubu, and you don't get the color you want. Basically, to make, like, I bet you just like have that goal to get that certain one. So basically that's
Right.
why it's definitely popular, just because people keep going because I want a certain one.
I read though that if you buy the whole collection, then you get one of everyone. How many
Yeah.
Labubus are there?
There's definitely from what I've seen on the internet, tons.
Tons, like 15, 20, 50, 100.
My cousin got me one.
You have a Labubu?
Well, it's not a real one, which is another thing. The real ones, they're like fake, like bootleg ones. That's the one I have that my cousin got me. They're called Lafufus. So basically, those are just the fake ones. So if you're on the internet one day and then someone unboxes one and all of a sudden it like kind of looks a bit wonky or it doesn't look like real, like the one I have, they're like, oh, I got a Lafufu. That's what they're talking about if you're ever curious. But yeah, I guess.
So do you have any Labubus yourself?
Well, yeah, the one
The
this
The
one.
Lafufu. You
Yeah,
have
the
the
Lafufu.
Lafufu.
But not a Labubu, no. I don't do much of, like, well, I do collect, actually, I have my own little collection of these little figures, but no, I wouldn't ever collect those. Besides, they're really expensive just because of how popular they are, like, they can go
Oh,
for
okay.
they could go for 50, hundreds, like,
Okay.
definitely, yeah. I would
Fair
never
enough.
collect them. Yeah.
Do you think they're cute, Mass?
Honestly, yeah, they're pretty cute, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, people on the internet, they're just like, "Oh, Labubus are kinda stupid, just wait until the trend dies out," but it's like, honestly, I'm just gonna be honest, yeah, they're cute, me personally, I'd never buy one besides, like, the fake one that I have that my cousin gave me, um, but yeah, I guess they're cute, but
Okay, well, I have a question. What band are you listening to that you think your auntie should listen to?
Definitely the band, like, Car Seat Headrest. It's a really good band, they make such, like, emotional but beautiful music. The lead singer, Will Toledo, has a beautiful voice, I really like it.
Car seat headrest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to listen to that after. I'm going to have a whirl and I'll give you an out of 10 what I think.
Okay, I would say listen to their most popular album, Twin Fantasy.
Twin Fantasy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mads, how did you learn about that band?
I think I learned about it from my partner. Yeah, because one time he came over to my house and he was, like, wearing, like, a hat and it had, like, the little characters from the album Twin Fantasy, and I was like, "Oh, what band is that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Car Seat Headrest," and I'm like, "Okay." Then I listened to Car Seat Headrest and I'm like, "Oh my god, their music is amazing."
Oh, that's cool. Right on. Okay. So is there a fashion trend happening right now in the world that you think your aunties need to hop on or get off of, I guess?
I don't follow fashion trends. I'm not a big fashion trend follower. I just wear whatever I think fits me. I'd say just like it doesn't matter what trends you are on, just like wear what you want, man. You don't gotta follow trends if you don't want to. Or if you do, that's none of my business. Do what you want.
Fair enough.
Okay, use the following slang term in a sentence because we don't know what this means. NPC, non player character. Use that in a sentence for me.
I will say this now. Definitely not many people use the word NPC, but just for a little bit of context, definitely also for the audience, NPC just means like someone who's like basic, I guess, like someone who's just like does the most like blandest things. Like I guess you could say like, do you know what the song like mystical magical is? You might have heard it on like your for like any social media platform. It's a very popular song by the artist Benson Boone. So I would definitely say someone who listens to the song Mystical Magical by Benson Boone is an NPC because it's very popular. I guess.
Alrighty. Okay, here's another one. I have no idea what this means. Phantom tax?
Okay, you're gonna need an explanation for the sentence to make sense, I guess. So basically if someone like because my brother just have said this before, like if someone like steals their food, they phantom text you. So I would say like my friend Andre stole my French fry. He phantom taxed me. I guess, yeah.
So
That would be
what is that?
Phantom tax you.
phantom tax me would basically mean like, oh, my friend Andre, oh, he took my fry. He phantom taxed me. He took my food.
So you owed them something?
I guess if someone phantom taxes you, you get to do that back to them because they took your food, I guess.
Phantom tax.
It has
Okay.
to rely with food. Yeah.
Do you use that regularly?
Ironically, yes. Because ironically, I don't use that like ever, but ironically, yeah, like if I'm just like making fun of something like related to that, I'll use that, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's hilarious. We got to step it up, Stacey.
I
I don't
know.
even know any of these things. Okay, what's one back to school trend like clothing, shoes, school supplies? whatever that you're jonesing for this year? Like something you want, shoes or fanny pack or a belt or I don't know, anything like that that you really want to go back to school?
Not really, no. I'm just like to me, I'm just like, I just gotta have my stuff. It doesn't matter like what trends I have, what stuff I have for school, as long as I just have my stuff really. There's really not that many back to school trends like when it comes to like school supplies. So I wouldn't really say like there's much to that.
Okay, and there's nothing that you really wanted for back to school? Like no article of clothing, no corsets, black gothic dresses, you know?
Well, I mean, I guess there's like new clothes, but I wouldn't say they're trendy clothes. I just need new clothes in general. I think everyone really looks for that, honestly, just because new clothes. Everyone's growing up.
Okay,
Mhm.
fair enough. Well, I think that's quite a bit of information on the back to school program, Maz. I think you're gonna have a lot of info for our listeners. Do you think this will take us into our peaks, pits, and plans?
Yeah, let's get into
Are
it.
we
Yeah.
ready to roll with that? Okay, so do you know what our peaks, pits, and plans are? Do you know how that goes?
It's a way for us to do a mental and emotional check-in on each other, Maz. So do you want to go first, second, or third?
I can go third. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, she's gonna be the tail end. She's gonna finish it up. Well,
Sweet.
Sissy, why don't you go first then?
Okay. So my pit this week, there was a significant fire in a community that's just north of where I live, and I volunteer with the Canadian Red Cross. So that's always a peak. But the reason why this is a pit is because it really highlights the housing crisis that we are experiencing in our community, but I recognize that this is a much broader problem. So we had somewhere over 40 folks be displaced in this fire. It could be up to 60, but we supported about 40 in our role at providing emergency support services. So that is amazing. We ensure that people have food, shelter, clothing for at least 72 hours. And before we recorded tonight, I actually ended up extending several of the evacuees benefits for another good portion of the week and get them through the long weekend. So yeah, so it's just really hard on my brain and my heart to see so many people become instantly homeless. They were already very in a precarious situation because they were living in a hotel, in a long-term arrangement. But yeah, we don't have 60 spaces anywhere in our up and down this valley. So, and not even hotel space. Like it's the long weekend coming up, and this is where people vacation. So it was really challenging on my heart and my head. I'm trying to grapple with this very serious problem of affordable housing. But, we had lots of peaks too in there. People are so grateful for our volunteerism and for able to support them. And so that was great. And on Monday, Sean and I had to go to Cranbrook to do some car maintenance. And rather than sticking around in the town of Cranbrook, we took a couple bikes and we did a rails to trails ride from Cranbrook all the way to Kimberley and back. And we had lunch
I
we had
want to know
breakfast and
how'd your bum feel after that?
not bad. It did, I did have to stand up and get off my bike a few times to get some circulation back to my sits bones while I was riding the bicycle. But actually not, considering I haven't sat much on a bike this year, not bad.
Well, I was gonna say because I think what had that been like 50K you guys did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I was on an e-bike.
Yeah, but still you have to sit for that long.
Yeah, I get it. Like an hour and a half each way, probably. But it was on an e-bike, so it was
Okay.
not terrible. It
Okay.
was fast.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Plans for the weekend. Brother Neil is on his way back. So he's ripping through here again.
That's crazy.
So we will have some time with him. Yeah. And a barbecue. I'm getting my hair cut. So getting ready to come back to Regina in a couple of weeks. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I got planned this long weekend. How about you, sis? What was your peaks, pits, and plans for the week?
So I have no pits this week. my peaks, while having a barbecue with my brother, he made a rib fest for me and him and my nephews this weekend. It was really special. We had such a nice visit. It was awesome. Missed Mazzy and my sister-in-law Lisa, but it was nice to have some special time with my bro. Honestly, we sat there and just like shot the shit and like had the best chat ever. So it was really great. The flowers at the farm have been like they're so out of control and beautiful right now. That is amazing. And then, I just had a great week. I went for supper with my friend Lori on Friday, and then I golfed with Lori and then a couple other babes on Monday. So just kind of been just doing some fun summer things. And then my plans for the week, Friday night, I'm going to run to Regina, have dinner with my friend Kelly. I have to strip my deck. I need to get it stained, and I've been dreading it because it's a big job. I have a huge deck, and so I might start actually sanding down the part that needs to be stained on the weekend. I might start that on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'm going to rip out to the farm and grab some veggies and flowers and all that good stuff. And then Monday's a holiday. I don't usually work Mondays. So, I'm just going to be hanging about. Hopefully it's nice out and just having a chill. It's just kind of a laid back time. I've got lots of projects I need to do. I need to clean my spare room. This is hilarious. Like my sister needs to clean the office, but I need to do some purging and getting some things dialed in. But I just can't justify doing indoor jobs when it's nice outside. Like I'd rather strip my deck of stain and do yard work and go for walks and stuff than. Oh, and then another peak. I got 2 more peaks. I got a membership to our new gym. Our gym opened up. It's really, really nice. I'm very excited. And another peak is having our niece Mazzy on the podcast. It's so special.
Thank you.
Okay, that's gonna do it for me. Mazzy, get at her, girl.
Okay, so, my pit, I'm just dreading school because I don't like school. The homework's gonna be annoying. Finding my classrooms is gonna be annoying. And I know, like, there's gonna be people at school who annoy me. But, yeah, I think that was just, like, my pit, just, like, realizing school is coming up.
Yes.
My peak definitely was going to Saskatoon. I had so much fun in Saskatoon. It was so nice to see that exhibit. Not to mention, I also went to this like thrift thrift thing, and I got this is where I got my new shirt from actually. And I got like 3 things of clothes. Like went to a couple stores. I went to go get food. It was really fun. But yeah, that's my peak. Also in my peak, just today actually, I figured out that one of my friends that goes to Balfour is in all of my classes for the first semester. So and they've been going to Balfour. So and since they're in the same grade as me, they can like help me find my way around the school, which that's pretty good. I definitely say that's a peak. My plans, definitely preparing for school, and then I don't know, I guess just like calling with my friends and I don't know, hanging out with like some of my friends and whatnot.
Sounds like a great long weekend.
Are you guys coming to the beach at all?
No, I don't think so. No.
Well,
No.
rats. Okay. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up our back to school special with Mazzy J. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Mazzy, for taking the time and joining your aunties on this episode. We appreciate it a lot. Thank you, everybody, for downloading like crazy and helping us have our best month yet. This is awesome. Shout out to you guys. Stacey, where can everybody find us?
You can find Sisters Social Call on Instagram. You can find Chrissy on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me, Stacey, on Facebook and on LinkedIn. And I think that's going to wrap her up for us tonight, everybody. Love you, sissy.
Love you, sis. Love you, Mazzy.
Love you guys.